This is video 2 of showing the art world, telling the art world what I've invented. It's the only thing that exists like this in the entire world, because Solene Haus, is about protecting the artist, protecting the art. I woke up this morning, this is what's inspired me, okay? I woke up this morning, the very first post I see on Solene Haus is, because it's art metadata, is somebody saying how her artwork got stolen. She looked at one thing, it was on Temu, and then it's a rabbit hole, she said, I'll go snowball effect, and now her artwork's on Temu, and so she's messaged people and all this stuff. So I just did part 1, this is part 2. So the image that doesn't exist. This is the most important video in the series. Pay attention. On every other platform on the internet, when you look at an image, your browser has actually downloaded that image to your computer. It's sitting in your browser cache right now. That's why right-click and save images works. That's why drag and drop to your desktop works. That's why anyone can steal anything in 2 seconds. The image is a file. The file is on your machine. The platform has already handed it to you. On Solene Haus, this is not how it works. When you upload an artwork to Solene Haus, the original full resolution file is encrypted and locked in a private vault. It is never served to a browser, ever. The only people who ever receive that file are verified buyers who have paid for it. What the public sees is something completely different. The public-facing version of your artwork is sliced server-side into 100 small encrypted tiles. Each tile is meaningless on its own. When a visitor loads a page, their browser receives those 100 tiles, decrypts them using a session key that expires in 60 seconds and resembles them visually inside a HTML canvas element. You probably don't understand any of that, but that is coding and that is building, okay? So it's taking your image that's stored on somebody's computer. This is how they catch people that are doing bad things, because all this information is stored in their computer, okay? Within seconds, so every time. And this is putting it into a language that is not in a form of being an image, okay? It's encrypted. If you know anything about movies, it's encrypted. What this means in plain language is this. There is no image file. There is nothing to download. There is no URL pointing to a savable image. When someone right-clicks, the menu is disabled. When they try to drag the image off the page, nothing moves. When they open developer tools, which is like F12 in your computer, okay, and inspect the element, they see encrypted code, not artwork. But that's just the beginning. The system also actively watches for screenshot attempts. The moment a visitor presses screen print or triggers Windows snipping tool, or uses the Mac screenshot shortcut, or launches any screen recording software, the canvas detects it. Instantly, within milliseconds, the artwork is replaced with a black overlay reading Solene Haus image protected. The screenshot captures nothing. 3 failed attempts from the same visitor and their account is automatically flagged for review. Persistent attempts result in permanent ban and an IP block. This is blocking people, blocking IP addresses, which is the address that your computer lives on. They're blocking that. Can things do this in mass scale? Of course they can. These are all the things I've created to prevent those things, okay? Now, I'll be honest with you. There is one thing this does not prevent. Someone can point their phone camera at their computer screen and photograph the artwork. No platform on earth can stop that, because there's no connection to that, you know what I mean? So when I've got a phone and I'm taking a photo of the screen, you can't, when it does that though, it's got lines, it doesn't look nice, it doesn't look pretty. Temu doesn't give a shit though. The Temu will print stuff that is blurry, they don't care, you know? But this is also causing a lot of trouble. And so if you've got your art on Saatchi Art, for example, and not Solene Haus, well, your art is not safe. Or if it's on Solene Haus, it's a hell of a lot safer, you know? Those platforms would never invent something like this too, because that's not what it's about, you know. They're about like that. They're about making money off artists. They're not about the protection of artists, you know. All right, what am I up to? No platform on earth can stop that. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you, because even like how I just said then with the phone, how is it connected? So the reason why I can create all this stuff is because there's connections, but when you're taking a photo of a phone on your phone, we don't have that much power to be watching people that much. I can't go, hey, I'm looking at your phone and I'm seeing that you're taking a photo of a website that is not connected to your phone thing. You know what I mean? There's only so much power that we have by doing the things that we're doing. But here's what a phone photograph of a screen actually gives them: a low resolution, glare distorted, angle warped image that is useless for commercial printing, useless for resale, useless for AI training, and individually identifiable as a phone, and trivially unidentifiable as a phone photographed screen. It's not usable file. It's a souvenir. Compare this to Instagram, Pinterest, Threads, every platform out there. On those sites, anyone who wants your work gets a perfect, full resolution, commercially usable file in seconds with zero friction. How many times do you go and take like a really high resolution photo because you want to sell your artwork, right? So you think, oh, I need to take the best version of this photo, and then you go and upload it to Threads and stuff. You have just handed them your artwork like that. You're even giving them the best resolution. Like things like that aren't needed. Seriously, they're not needed for people to want to buy something of yours, and the systems, the industries have made us think that they should. So like you go to somewhere like, I know I used to be on Blue Thumb, the online marketplace in Australia, and they would say we want a high resolution image. That's not for them. That's not for us. That's no benefit to us. If somebody likes your artwork, they're going to buy your artwork, because what your artwork even looks like on a high resolution image is different to what it is when it's in real life. Everyone says that. It looks so much better in real life. So when you're doing a high resolution image, that's great for all the people that want to steal your artwork and print it for free, On Solene Haus, even the most determined thief walks away with a blurry phone photo. Like, why would they even bother? They're just going to not bother with Solene Haus. They're going to bother with all the other platforms that they can steal the stuff from. They're not even going to bother coming to it when it's such an issue. This is layer 1. There are 3 more. SoleneHaus.com.